My beloved child, something unfolded last night that no one expected, and the quiet emotions that had been hidden for so long could no longer remain unseen. Listen carefully, because every moment of this message connects to the next. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened was not ordinary, and every detail carries a meaning that may touch your heart in ways you never imagined. There was a gathering filled with familiar faces, warm conversations, gentle laughter, and ordinary moments that appeared peaceful from the outside. Yet beneath every smile, there were feelings that had been growing silently, waiting for the perfect moment to reveal themselves. Your person walked into that gathering carrying thoughts that no one else could see. They smiled when others smiled, they answered questions politely, and they tried to appear calm, but inside, their heart was fighting a battle that had become impossible to ignore. Every passing minute made those emotions stronger. Every conversation reminded them of someone they could never truly forget. That someone was you. As the evening continued, small moments began to change everything. Someone mentioned loyalty. Another person spoke about trust. A family member shared a story about destiny and unexpected connections. Those simple conversations awakened memories your person had tried to keep hidden. Suddenly, every word they heard seemed connected to you. Every laugh reminded them of moments they wished they had shared differently. Every quiet pause became another reminder that some feelings never disappear simply because time passes. Instead of fading, those emotions had grown deeper, stronger, and impossible to deny. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because this is only the beginning of what unfolded. Your person looked around the room, hoping to distract themselves, yet nothing worked. The more they tried to focus on everyone else, the more their heart returned to thoughts of you. They remembered conversations that had once seemed ordinary but now felt unforgettable. They remembered kindness, patience, encouragement, and every small gesture that left a lasting impression. What surprised them most was realizing that these memories had never truly left. They had simply been waiting beneath the surface until the right moment brought them back into the light. Even though the gathering continued with joyful conversations, your person's attention had already shifted somewhere completely different. Their heart was no longer inside that room. It was following a path that always seemed to lead back to you. Then something unexpected happened. A close family member asked a simple question that appeared completely harmless. The room became quieter for just a moment. Everyone looked toward your person, waiting for a casual answer. They could have given an ordinary response and moved on. They could have smiled politely and changed the subject. But sometimes the heart becomes stronger than the mind, and when that moment arrives, truth begins finding its own voice. Without planning to, your person paused longer than anyone expected. Their expression changed. Their eyes reflected emotions that could no longer remain hidden. Those around them immediately sensed that something meaningful was happening. They could not explain why, but everyone felt that the atmosphere had suddenly changed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The silence in that room lasted only a few seconds, yet it felt much longer. During those quiet moments, your person realized they could no longer pretend that nothing had changed inside their heart. The feelings they had carefully hidden through patience, distance, and time suddenly became stronger than fear. Instead of avoiding the truth, they allowed themselves to feel it completely. That single decision became the turning point of the entire evening. Nobody expected it. Nobody planned for it. Yet everyone could sense that something remarkable had just begun. One family member gently smiled, believing they understood what your person was feeling without needing every detail explained. Another noticed the emotional expression that had never appeared before. Someone else quietly exchanged a glance across the room as if silently recognizing that love, respect, and genuine connection always reveal themselves eventually. Your person realized they were no longer carrying those emotions alone. Even without saying everything aloud, their heart had already spoken through their actions, their expressions, and the quiet honesty reflected in their eyes. As conversations continued, your person became unusually thoughtful. They listened more carefully than before. Every discussion about the future suddenly felt personal. Every hopeful story reminded them that life often surprises people when they least expect it. They started wondering whether missed opportunities could become new beginnings. They wondered whether sincere feelings deserved another chance. They questioned whether destiny had been quietly arranging events long before anyone noticed. These thoughts filled their heart with both hope and uncertainty, creating emotions they had never experienced so strongly before. Meanwhile, others at the gathering continued enjoying the evening, unaware that one heart was experiencing an unforgettable transformation. Yet even if they could not fully understand what was happening inside your person, they noticed something different. There was a calm confidence replacing hesitation. There was warmth replacing distance. There was quiet courage replacing fear. It was as though your person had stopped running from their own emotions and finally accepted what had always been true. That acceptance changed everything. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The most surprising part had not even happened yet. The gathering continued naturally, but your person's thoughts became clearer with every passing minute. Instead of asking themselves whether they should continue hiding their feelings, they began asking a completely different question. What if honesty could open a door that silence never could? What if courage could accomplish what fear never allowed? What if the future still held possibilities greater than anything they had imagined? Those questions echoed within their heart again and again, growing stronger with every heartbeat. As the evening slowly approached its final moments, your person quietly stepped away from the crowd for a brief moment of reflection. The sounds of laughter faded into the background while they looked toward the peaceful night sky. In that quiet moment, they made a promise to themselves. They would no longer ignore what their heart had been trying to tell them. They would no longer allow uncertainty to control every decision. They understood that genuine feelings deserve honesty, patience, and courage. That realization became one of the most meaningful moments of the entire night. The story does not end here. In fact, what happened after this private decision became even more unexpected than everything before it. A single conversation was about to change the direction of the evening forever. One unexpected voice would speak at exactly the right moment. One surprising observation would leave everyone completely speechless. And your person would soon discover that someone else had already noticed the feelings they believed were hidden all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because what happened next became the moment that nobody at that family gathering could ever forget. A quiet truth was about to rise into the open, and no one in that room realized they were only seconds away from witnessing a moment they would remember for years. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your person had stepped away for only a short while, hoping the fresh evening air would calm the emotions that had become impossible to hide. But instead of fading, those feelings became even stronger. Every heartbeat seemed to whisper the same message. Every thought returned to you. They realized they were no longer trying to understand their heart. Their heart had already made its decision long ago. The only thing left was whether they would finally accept it completely. That silent realization changed the expression on their face. When they returned to the gathering, those closest to them immediately noticed that something was different. They could not explain it, but there was a new confidence in your person's eyes, as though they had finally stopped running from what they truly felt. One thoughtful family member watched carefully without saying a word. Sometimes people who love us can recognize our emotions before we speak them. That person smiled gently and invited your person to join a conversation that had unexpectedly turned toward dreams, future plans, and meaningful relationships. At first, your person answered politely, choosing simple words that revealed almost nothing. But every new question became more personal than the last. They were asked what truly brings peace to the heart. They were asked whether they believed some people enter our lives for a reason. They were asked whether waiting for the right person is ever worth it. Every answer brought your person closer to revealing what had been hidden for so long. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then something happened that no one could have predicted. An older family member quietly shared a story about recognizing genuine feelings before they are ever spoken aloud. The room grew completely silent as everyone listened. The story was simple, yet every sentence seemed directed toward your person without anyone realizing it. It spoke about patience instead of pressure. It spoke about honesty instead of fear. It spoke about how real connections often become stronger during seasons of silence because they are built on respect rather than hurry. As those words filled the room, your person's eyes became thoughtful once again. It felt as though every sentence answered a question they had been carrying inside for a very long time. Another relative looked toward your person and smiled knowingly. Sometimes, they said gently, the heart speaks long before the mouth ever does. The room became quiet again. No one laughed. No one interrupted. Everyone simply looked at your person with curiosity, wondering why those words seemed to affect them so deeply. For the first time that evening, your person did not look away. They remained calm. Their expression became peaceful instead of uncertain. It was as though they had finally accepted that hiding sincere feelings would never create the future they truly hoped for. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your person took a slow breath and quietly admitted that there was someone they respected deeply. They did not reveal every detail. They did not speak dramatically. Yet the honesty in that single sentence carried more emotion than anyone expected. Every face around the room reflected surprise. Not because of what was said, but because everyone realized those feelings were genuine. The atmosphere became filled with warmth instead of curiosity. Instead of questioning your person, several family members simply smiled with encouragement. One even nodded as if they had quietly hoped this day would eventually arrive. The conversation continued naturally, but something remarkable had already changed. Instead of carrying their emotions alone, your person now felt understood. The burden they had quietly carried for so long suddenly became lighter. They realized that honesty had not created distance. It had created peace. That discovery gave them courage they never expected to find. They started thinking differently about the future. Instead of asking, "What if everything goes wrong?" they began asking, "What wonderful possibilities have I been afraid to believe?" At that very moment, another unexpected voice joined the conversation. A respected elder looked directly at your person and said, "The right connections are built through kindness, patience, and truth. Never be afraid of a sincere heart." Those words settled deeply within them. It felt less like advice and more like confirmation. Almost every uncertainty they had been carrying began to disappear. Their confidence quietly grew stronger with every passing second. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened next surprised everyone even more. A younger family member, completely unaware of the emotional weight of the evening, asked a simple question that changed everything. "Who makes you smile when no one else is around?" The room became silent once again. This time, your person could not hide the smile that appeared naturally. It was small, genuine, and impossible to control. That smile answered more than words ever could. Several family members exchanged surprised glances, realizing they had just witnessed the clearest sign of heartfelt emotion all evening. Instead of embarrassment, your person felt relief. They understood that genuine feelings never need to be forced. They reveal themselves through peace, through kindness, and through quiet confidence. In that unforgettable moment, everyone sensed that something meaningful had begun. No grand announcement was necessary. No dramatic speech was required. Sometimes the strongest truth is revealed through the simplest expression. The evening slowly continued, but conversations had changed. Hope replaced uncertainty. Encouragement replaced hesitation. Warm smiles replaced silent questions. Your person realized that this family gathering had become much more than an ordinary evening. It had become the moment they finally stopped hiding from their own heart. Yet they still had no idea that an even greater surprise was only moments away. One final conversation was about to begin. A person who had remained quietly observant throughout the entire gathering was preparing to reveal something completely unexpected. Something that would leave your person speechless and make everyone else realize that this story had been unfolding much longer than anyone imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The next moment would reveal that someone had noticed your person's feelings long before they ever found the courage to admit them, and what they said next would transform the entire evening in a way no one could have predicted. An unexpected voice gently broke the silence, and in that single moment the entire atmosphere shifted once again. Nobody interrupted. Nobody looked away. Every person in the room instinctively knew that something meaningful was about to be revealed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The family member who had quietly observed everything throughout the evening smiled warmly before speaking. They looked at your person with kindness rather than surprise, as though they had understood this story long before anyone else. Their calm expression carried a quiet confidence that immediately captured everyone's attention. They began by saying that sometimes the most sincere feelings never need loud words because they quietly reveal themselves through patience, respect, and consistency. Those simple words reached your person's heart instantly. It felt as though every hidden emotion had suddenly been understood without needing a single explanation. Your person remained completely still, listening more carefully than ever before. The room itself seemed to grow quieter, allowing every sentence to settle deeply into everyone's heart. Then came the statement that no one expected. The family member smiled and gently said, "We noticed a long time ago that someone special always seems to bring peace to your heart, even when you never speak about it." For a brief moment, complete silence filled the room. Your person's eyes widened slightly, not because they felt embarrassed, but because they realized their feelings had never truly been invisible. The kindness they had shown, the respect they had carried, the quiet happiness that appeared whenever certain memories returned. All of it had been noticed far earlier than they had imagined. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your person lowered their eyes for a moment, reflecting on everything they had tried so hard to keep hidden. They remembered every time they had chosen silence over speaking, every time they believed no one could possibly understand what they were carrying inside. Yet here they were, surrounded by people who had quietly recognized the truth without judging them. Instead of feeling exposed, they felt understood. Instead of fear, they experienced relief. Instead of uncertainty, they discovered peace. That emotional shift became one of the most unforgettable moments of the entire evening. Another family member gently added that genuine feelings cannot be hidden forever because they naturally appear through everyday actions. They noticed how your person's smile became brighter whenever hope was mentioned. They noticed how carefully they listened whenever conversations turned toward meaningful relationships. They noticed how your person always spoke with kindness whenever the future was discussed. Those little moments had quietly formed a story that everyone had seen, even though your person believed they had hidden it successfully. The room became filled with warm smiles instead of questions. Nobody pressured your person. Nobody demanded explanations. Instead, they offered encouragement through understanding. That simple acceptance became more powerful than any speech. Your person realized that sincere emotions become stronger when they are surrounded by patience and wisdom rather than fear. They finally understood that honesty does not weaken the heart. It strengthens it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Just when everyone believed the evening had reached its most emotional moment, another surprise quietly unfolded. An older relative reached into a small box of family photographs that had been sitting nearby throughout the gathering. They began sharing memories from years gone by, reminding everyone how unexpected blessings often begin with the smallest moments. As photograph after photograph was passed around the room, conversations became filled with gratitude, hope, and reflection. Then the elder paused, smiled thoughtfully, and spoke words that immediately caught everyone's attention. They said, "Life has a remarkable way of bringing together people whose hearts grow through kindness, patience, and faith. The greatest stories often begin long before anyone realizes they have started." Those words echoed through the room like a gentle confirmation. Your person quietly looked down, recognizing that every experience, every lesson, and every season of waiting had shaped them into someone ready to appreciate something truly meaningful. Their heart no longer felt divided between hope and hesitation. It was becoming steady, peaceful, and quietly confident. As the evening continued, several family members naturally gathered around your person, not with curiosity but with genuine affection. They shared encouraging stories about unexpected blessings that arrived after seasons of waiting. They spoke about doors opening when the time was finally right. They reminded your person that sincere connections grow stronger through patience rather than urgency. Every story carried the same quiet message: never lose hope when your heart has remained genuine. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your person suddenly realized something they had never considered before. What if this gathering had never been ordinary? What if every conversation, every unexpected question, every meaningful story, and every encouraging word had quietly prepared them for this exact moment? That thought remained with them as they looked around the room. Every smile now carried deeper meaning. Every conversation felt connected. It seemed as though the entire evening had unfolded perfectly, one step at a time, leading toward a truth that could no longer remain hidden. Then came one final moment before the night drew to a close. A respected elder gently placed a reassuring hand on your person's shoulder and quietly said, "Never underestimate the power of a sincere heart. The right path always becomes clear when honesty replaces fear." Those words settled deeply within them. At that exact moment, your person made a silent promise. They would no longer allow uncertainty to control their future. They would move forward with patience, kindness, and courage, trusting that genuine feelings deserve genuine opportunities. Little did they know, however, that the greatest surprise of all had not yet arrived. As everyone prepared to leave the gathering, someone quietly approached your person with a message they had been waiting all evening to share. It was a message connected to you. A message so unexpected, so encouraging, and so perfectly timed that it would completely change the direction of everything your person believed about the future. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What was whispered next would leave your person completely speechless and set the stage for the most unforgettable moment of this entire story.